Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Alex is back. I'm back. And guys, we did a video with the double leg takedown, basic double leg takedown. We had a lot of requests for a single leg to teach you guys the form for the single leg. Now, before I start, I want to give you another drill that is very common. I just want to talk about it. It's the knee, what we call the knee over toe drill. Some people call it like shooting drill or what else?
That's kind of it.
Yeah, that's kind of it. So we call it knee over toe. Again, everybody might have different names for it. Okay, the wrestler shooting drill. So, you know, when we shot a double leg, it's important that you drill this knee over toe drill. So my foot always comes out in a 90-degree angle, and then my knee goes over my toe, touches the mat. After it touches the mat, my back leg now becomes the new front leg. I take a step forward, and then I go knee over toe, and I pick up my back leg again. So the rule is whichever leg is in front, I always say don't bring your back leg up until your front knee touches. So your front knee touches, then you bring it up. Your front knee touches, then you bring it up. What people will do in the beginning is they'll start to put their knee down, and just about right here they'll do this. And that may not be critically like horrible for you in the middle of a shot, but you do need to have a back leg that drives. So if this is my front leg, I need to be pushing off the back leg and make sure I at least reach this point. And the moment I do, then I can bring the trail leg up to become a new drive leg. That knee over toe drill is really, really important. If your knees are bad, you can soften as you get strong. I've never witnessed anyone be strong at that drill on their first day. I've seen super athletic kids. There's always something awkward about them when they first start doing it. So there are muscles inside your legs that you need to strengthen. There's certain little muscles that even a good athlete from another sport usually does not possess. It has to be drilled. So I just want to say, if your knees bother you, sometimes what I teach is I'll take the same side. This knee is here, my left hand, because it's my left leg. I'll touch the mat, and that'll soften it. So see, now on my right, I'll soften it. My right, see that? Left, right. And I'm doing this also with my posture so that it's soft. I don't want to be leaning forward and plump my knee down real hard. And then for those of you guys that were talking about, why are we putting our knees down? You can't do that in the concrete. Of course you can't, or you should not be attempting to do this on concrete. This is how we shoot in wrestling, because wrestling's a sport, jiu-jitsu is also a sport, and we do this on mats. Now, the more you train, you might be able to do this on a hard floor, as long as you level change and you don't drive your knee right into the floor really hard. So I guess I'm gonna turn this video into this. Come over here, check it out. So if you guys didn't know, this is pretty hard, you know. So if I level change, see, I'm doing this right here on this hard floor, and it's not killing me, but it's certainly, I feel the hard floor. But why did I not hurt myself when I did it? Because I level change. So you level change, and then you penetrate. You don't go like this. Bam! Like that. I would never do that on that floor. Okay? All right. Now, when we shoot a single leg, let's go square. When I shoot a single leg, just like when I shot the double leg, I was close enough to touch. I level change. I take a step. See that? Level change, take a step, and then you guys are coming in here. Now, on the single leg, it's gonna be similar, but my front leg, my attack leg, which is my right, is gonna step to the outside of his foot. So you can kind of move around, get some angles here. Look at this. I'm gonna push off the back leg, I'm close enough to touch him. I level change, now the step is gonna go here. And I always say toe to toe. So I wanna be toe to toe, somewhere around there. Like if I'm out here, this is too shallow. I have not stepped deep enough. So if you're stepping here, you're gonna find that by the time you get there, he's probably gonna step back and you're gonna miss his leg. So if you wanna penetrate, you've gotta get at least toe to toe right there. Watch, here. Now, don't move on the first one. So watch how I turn the corner and I sweep around the side. My left foot is gonna sweep the mat like a broom, and I'm gonna come down, okay? So I'm now out of the way. He's facing this way. I'm now coming in at this angle. My head is up. If my opponent started to put his leg back now, you notice my knee is kind of dropped behind him. Go ahead and start to, yeah. Now I have what's called the angle. It's hard for him to sprawl with a ton of pressure. If I was over here in the front, I'd be taking the majority of his pressure. See that? So we don't want to be here. If we could be, I would love to be here. So now if he's sprawling and he's trying to turn, it's tough for him. Now, I push off, this was my trail leg that swept the mat. Now I'm gonna push off this and I'm gonna drive into him. As I step up, I drive into him, and then his leg is coming up. Now, even if his leg is between my legs, that's fine. You can lock how you like. These are the two preferred methods, grabbing my wrist and as well as going palm to palm. Okay, that's up to you. I don't personally like to squeeze the leg. I like to straighten my elbows so that when I'm here and the guy's trying to sprawl, I'm not really like working that hard. I'm just straightening my arms. I have a video on how I teach that. If you want to squeeze and pull here, you can. Watch out for sumigeshi's, watch out for a guy with a really good sprawl. So if a guy's stomping his leg down, you might struggle there because you're fighting his energy. I like to use mechanisms to keep his leg, and so I'm here, I'm controlling it like this. Enough said though, we're teaching you guys the form on how to shoot. Because so many people, they go out there and they just grab legs, you know? You're just going out and grabbing a leg and the guy sprawls out. You know, you reach, he sprawls, and then you're like, man, I missed the single leg. Almost had it. But if you learned how to shoot, you would penetrate and get deeper. Okay, so one more time, he's here. So watch again, I'm close enough to touch him. I have my attack leg in front. That's the leg I like. I level change, and then what am I gonna do with this form? Step, and then watch how I curve around the corner. So I'm pushing off my left leg. My right knee's gonna go knee over toe, but with a little turn to it, right there, okay? As I come here, I've got the grip. My opponent isn't defending because we're just practicing. I'll push now off of this leg here. So you do have to bring this closer so you can push. As I push, I use my head. Don't do this. Stand up and pull, okay? If you stand up and try to pull, you're wasting your energy. What I want to do right here is, no matter how I lock, is I want to drive towards him. So if he's pushing towards me, I want to push into him so that my head and my energy goes into him, which makes all the weight go to his right leg, and now his left leg is light. So if he's trying to put your leg down, yeah, so I want to push him, and then that way I can pick his leg up and either put it in my armpit or do some type of move that's gonna create this takedown that we're looking for. Okay, so again, one more time from this angle here, just stay right there, that's perfect. So I level change, step, and then we're gonna go. Okay, ready? Level change, and go. And again, every time I'm doing this, I'm creating an angle. So even if he turns, he has to catch up to me. See that? He has to catch up to me as I'm pushing and I'm coming up to my feet. My head is up into his chest. Don't put your head down here. I see a lot of this. Don't do this. This is going to be really hard to hold. I'm pinching with my knees, trying to squeeze it. He's just going to start putting weight on me. And you're going to drop down, you're going to lose it. So you don't want to be in that kind of poor position. So there's many finishes. Most people will sprawl. So this brings us to multiple different finishes. And I'm not even talking about the setup yet. The setups are like pulling the leg, you know, all this. I didn't do it on the double leg either. I'm showing you guys the form so you can practice the entry. Go ahead, Alex. Take a couple single legs. He's here. He just level changes, and then he goes. And you notice on that one, he's grabbing onto the arms. So there's so many different things. Go ahead and come up. Nice. Okay, let's talk a little bit about it. So say he's on my arms. One thing he can do, real classic, is he wants this leg, so he'll step away from it and he'll pull. That makes me step. He's gonna now level change and shoot. And then also when he does this, he can take this one and pull it. That makes me off balance. And then it's up to him whether he's gonna keep it or he's probably gonna let it go and then go to a single leg. And now I've got to deal with that problem. You see that? So, but if we're just talking about the footwork on how to shoot, how do you shoot a single leg? Just show me, just elbows in, he level changes, and just elbows in, and then he's just gonna take a step and he shoots, okay? And he's in, see that? This is the form. Look at the angle of his body. See how there's a slant and he goes towards me? That way, if I put weight against him, I can't. See, I can't fight him. I wanna turn and face him, but even now it's too late. He has a nice angle. He's gonna pressure right up into me, and that's all my weight now is on my right leg, makes my left leg light. He's got it. He can do whatever he wants, whether he wants to pick it up, he can sweep me out, he can finish a bunch of different ways. So that's single leg. Alex, what do you got to say?
Yeah, once you get the motion down of the footwork, really work on your setups and then how you finish it, because there's so many ways to finish the single leg.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on video and after video after video on setups like we have. Anton's been showing some killer setups. You guys can check those videos out. Finishes for the single leg. That's a whole nother subject. So what I realize sometimes is we teach you these advanced things like, oh, it's really cool. Look at that move, that single leg or that double leg or that fireman's carry or whatever it is. But if we don't teach you the ultra basic, like how to start out learning, you're not gonna even develop the coordination to penetrate on a person's leg. You gotta learn how to shoot. And then on another video, I'll talk about how to then take this and apply it towards the street. Because I know some of you guys out there are more self-defense minded. You're like, I don't get this whole wrestling thing, shooting onto their knees. But you can start out learning like this with amateur wrestling, and then you can then upgrade it towards a more street style, and it'll work amazing, especially when you practice this first. It's easy. It's like driving a standard transmission and then going to automatic. It becomes so easy to drive when you've already wrestled. So, all right, thank you so much, Alex. You're the man. Teach Me Grappling. Click that link down below at Patreon, PayPal, contribute to this channel. If you guys learn something, you can always help us out. We love to give you guys this content for free. All we need is your view, your like, and hopefully you can share it and maybe comment down below, and that'll help us with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.